Welcome to today's show of In the Zone with Victor Bell. This is the real estate show, Real Estate Live with Victor Bell, Real Estate Investing Live with Victor Bell. And I'm excited about today's show because today I wanted to go into something I think it's going to be really good for you guys. This is a wealth hack. Real estate is a wealth hack. This is a real estate wealth hack. And I learned this, but I didn't know. Right? I remember specifically, I had just closed on a deal. Me and my buddy, Ken Lee, were in an elevator. I was a part of like this private club. So I was trying to be cool. In Hawaii. I was riding up the stairs and a guy that owned the building and a bunch of real estate downtown, his name is Steve Metter. Steve Metter got in and he was like, hey Vic, how's it going and stuff. And Ken was there and I introduced him to Ken. And I was like, how's it going, Steve? And he was like, man, it's been rough today. This was years ago. And he was like, lost the deal. I got to fly out to Washington, D.C., got to go work on something. And he got out. We hit the top. We were going to go sit down and eat lunch. And Ken looked over at me and he was like, you made more than he did today. Because I had just closed another apartment building deal with Ken. I didn't get it. I didn't realize that that day, I made over $1 million just by closing that deal. Right? So because there was $1 million worth of equity in that deal, I didn't understand the value of the hack of how to create wealth. I didn't see it. Because if you're an entrepreneur like me, you just think, oh, I don't have $1 million in my account. But to a banker, to people who matter, like your spread, like your balance sheet of real estate, your schedule, your real estate schedule is valuable. It's more valuable than your credit report. You don't need a credit report if you have a schedule of real estate. Or if you're an investor in a bunch of real estate, you show your investment, which is your schedule of investments and things like that you have to your accountant. And they go, yeah, this guy's worth $20, $30 million. That's the game. That's the hack. But I'm going to go over a couple things with you today. Oh, before I got started, look, if you're new to this live show, first subscribe. I appreciate you. I make these because I want to continue to do these things with and for you guys. And but my name is Victor Bell. I've been investing in real estate for over 25 years. I've done $59 million worth of real estate, which doesn't really seem like that much because of the game that I'm playing now. But $59 million worth of real estate I've invested in over 8 cities or states or whatever. And I've been doing this probably like you guys. I work my ass off. I take all of my money, reinvest it in my business. I've always had investors. I've always had partners. Now I'm just able to do it with more people with Bell Capital. I founded Bell Capital. It's an accredited it's a real estate fund. It's a private real estate fund for investors. If you're not accredited, keep watching this. I want to help you get there. And later I'll have an accredited fund, a non-accredited fund to help you guys. But today, wealth. Where's my pen? So this is our wealth hack. Real estate as a wealth hack. It's a hack. Everybody likes hacks, right? Everybody likes hacks. I like hacks. Hacks is basically like, hell man, it's a shortcut. How do I get there? So number one thing, and this is the reason why I love, when I say real estate, guys, I'm talking multifamily real estate. I'm not talking about all the other stuff. I get it. If you got to go flip a house, if you got to sign a contract or wholesale something, great. Go do that. Make that money, because I used to do that. And take that money and roll it into multifamily. I have never, ever talk to a flipper or a guy that does wholesale or subject twos or creative financing that didn't want to eventually do what I'm doing now, which is roll their money or invest in institutional quality multifamily assets. Not one of them. Because you don't get into real estate to work your ass off, to just be transactional. You get into real estate because you want to build wealth. You want to create generational wealth for you and your family. So I'm going to go through this list. You guys can leave comments, questions. I appreciate everything. I read every comment. We go back through and we make sure to listen. And if you have a show you want to see, great. But if you're watching this later, leave a comment. Or if you have a question, we'll get back to it. I promise you, if it's not live anymore. But number one thing, reason why real estate is you got leverage. Number one thing was leverage. That was what I didn't understand. So I'm going to explain this. I'll go through these things. I talk fast. It's just kind of who I am, man, because my brain's spooling. I'm not a guy that likes it slow. But for in real estate, multifamily, commercial real estate, I'm talking about big, beautiful properties. Do I have a picture of a deal? Let me see. Where's my phone? Whatever. I don't have my phone. Where the hell is my phone? Anyways, but I'm talking about big like 200 unit apartment complexes, 300 unit apartment complexes, communities with beautiful swimming pool, A locations, the leverage on those things. Let's say you were to invest 300,000 in a deal like that, just as a passive investor. Like say you invested that money with us. Your $300,000 would probably be worth $900,000. That's the position that it would take in that deal with good leverage. So as a wealth hack, just think about that. If you go, look, I'm an investor in a deal, right? Let's say you're a limited partner in a deal. You're a passive investor. You throw down, we buy a 200 unit deal for, let's say, 60 million, 60, 70 million dollars. You put in 300 grand, you're 300,000 with leverage, because we're always going to have debt, or we're going to get good debt, right, on our deals. Your money is now worth 900K in that deal. So if you are not accredited, the fastest way to become accredited is to become an investor and have your money multiply itself for you. It's the hack. This is something that no one taught me when I was younger. I kept thinking I had to make the money. The money needs to become one and one, like buying stock. If you buy $100,000 worth of stock, you have $100,000 worth of stock. You put 100 grand into a deal, your 100 grand is worth $300,000 in a deal. That blew my mind. But it didn't blow my mind until later, because I was grinding it out, probably like most of you guys. So number two, the second thing about this is it grows your net worth, which goes right back to this. It's a hack. How do you become an accredited investor? You invest. If you invest $1 million, your $1 million is worth $3. Like, how do you have $1 million net worth? You got to have money working for you, and that money has value. So it's like a capital, right? It's a capital gain. If that money is growth, it gets growing and making money on itself. This is where most people fail. I get it. You can't, that says net worth. Net worth. Worth. Boom. No spell check on the whiteboard. Anyways, but this right here, I get it. Oh, well, you can't need net worth. You need money. That's why you have a business. You want to leverage your money, have it multiply in value, and that becomes your net worth. In this situation, I can substantiate that I'm an investor in a deal. My net worth, based on that deal, that position in the deal, is now worth 900 grand. I'm close, man. If I got a little money coming on board, I can justify what I'm trying to do. So I didn't understand that. As a matter of fact, I actually didn't use that. I busted my ass. I kept running around. I kept doing deals. And when somebody asked me how I was doing, I was like, dude, I'm struggling, man. It's a lot of work. Because it took so long for me to make 800 grand, $1 million, have that money in an account. And before you know it, I'm dumping it back into my business, which was real estate, to go get another deal, go get more investors, go do more marketing, go buy. This is the game. If you want the ultimate wealth hack, this is it. Number 3, and this right here takes care of the other one, cash flow. When you have cash flow coming in, like we said, if you can't eat net worth, you can't eat your net worth, right? What do you need? Cash flow. It don't need to be major amounts of cash flow. So most of the people I know that play a bigger game, when they are my investors that we talk to, they're not worried about cash flow as much. They're like, hey, look, I don't want to lose my money. Cash flow is nice, but it's not needed because my business is kicking off a bunch of cash flow. I need to park my money in a place where, one, I'm not going to lose it, and two, I'm going to get the tax benefits. All right? Which is the next one. Tax bennies. The tax bennies. The tax bennies. What was that, 4? Yeah, that's 4. Your tax benefits on this, so you figure, let's say right now, the bank's paying 0.02%. 0.02, 0.2. Some accounts are paying 0.1. Let's say you're getting 0.3. Don't matter. Right? Anytime you have money coming to you, whatever you made on your money, even let's say you're getting 5%. If you have to pay 40% because it's taxed as ordinary income, the gain that you got, you pay 40% on your 5%, you're losing 2%. So still getting 3% on your money, you're not getting the tax benefits of just getting a return. Now, so if you do that the other way, let's say you were to invest and you got 5% on your money through real estate, and you got the tax benefits, so you don't have to pay that 40%. Let's say you didn't have to pay that now. That's almost like getting another 2% on your money. So this 5% is almost equal to getting 7% without having to pay the taxes on it. This is really the game, because if you can keep more of your money, then you can invest more of your money. And when your money's worth more in a deal, it just makes it all the better. This is the wealth hacks that most people aren't taught. right? They just think, oh, I'm going to go do this and I'm going to make the money and I'm going to borrow against it because I bought stocks. Like real estate itself is a wealth hack when you can invest in something that has scale and growth and you can ride alongside of somebody else that's doing the work. So, and the other thing, which is what I was saying before, it's a multiplier. This is a multiplier. It's a multiplier. Multiplier. This is number 5. So I've talked about this before as most people, and this is the wealth thing. So most people know how to earn money, which is where most people are. If you have a business, you know how to earn money. You know how to pump it. Most people know how to save money. And I'll write the money signs right there because it's important. People know how to save money. Usually most people I meet that are investors that want to invest or they don't know about investing, they're stuck here. They make a shit ton of money. They make, let's just say they make $1 million to $10 million a year in their businesses, right? Whatever. $1 million to $10 million a year. They got some money sitting over here. Let's say they have $500K that they built up over time and they're not doing anything. They just keep dribbling on this thing. Oh, I'm going to keep saving my money. Why? Because we were taught as little kids by your parents and your grandpa and all the other people, your grandmother, your best friends, your aunts and uncles. Save your money. Don't spend it. Pay off all your debts. If you listen to Dave Ramsey and all these guys say that, you will not have anything in the future. This is not how you multiply money. This is how you save money. And I can tell you, if you save money later in your life, you get 65, 70, God willing, you live to be 100. This is my number. I want to live 102. Me and Sharon have a bet. I'm going to live to be 102 years old. And I'm sure when I get to 102, I'm going to be like, damn it, I should have said 120. I should have went up. I won. But when you get here, I promise you something's going to happen. Even if you have $1 million sitting over here and you're living off of it, you got to draw off of it. $1 million is not going to be enough. $1 million is no money, no real money. But let's say, for example, with this being a multiplier, let's say you were to take, just work with me here. Hear me out. Let's say you were to take 500K, 500,000. You throw it in a deal, one of our deals. Our target is to get you 5% a year on your money and coming to you from cashflow from the deal, right? Period. So number one thing that you've done, you preserved capital preservation. You didn't lose your money. So this isn't gone. It's just in a real estate deal. It's not sitting anymore. It's starting to work for you. You get a 5% return on your money. Let's say over a 10-year period, right? You make 250K. You made your 250K back. That's 50% of your money back that you've already made. You didn't lose any. Part 2, boom. This money's already paying you. You've already got half of your money back, right? Number 3, if things work well, let's just say if, and you've heard me say this already, right, guys? Like rents in this country have continued to go up since 1945. As a matter of fact, over the last 40 years, rents, because we deal with multifamily assets, multifamily properties, have continued to grow 8 to 9%. But let's just say we only use a 5% growth over time. Say we don't get it forever, so another 5% on your 50, so we're gonna now cut that in half. We'll say we're at 12. We'll just say 12. 12. And instead of we'll just go half of that. So we'll go 12.5. Boom. For 5 years. Instead of 10 years, we did this for 5 years on a deal. So out of the course of the 10 years, only 5 of those years, which is unheard of, we only got that. So here's where we are. We're at 375. You made 375,000, right? So, and then later when we sell, that's this. This is the upside. Later when we sell, I give you your 500K back. Your original 500K, if I hadn't done that already. That's just saying I kept the deal the whole time. And then I double. We hit a double. I give you another 500K back, plus this, right? So now you've made all of this money. You made 500, a million, 1,375. You guys should check my math later. Probably off. 1,375. So your 500K turned into, so now overall cash flow, appreciation, all that other stuff, 1.375. That's what I think that was. 500K. Man, where'd my phone go? It's probably stuck in the bathroom. But anyways, if your 500K can turn into this is the multiplier that you're looking for. Wealthy. This is what wealthy people do all the time. They take their money, they invest it in an asset, they have good leverage because now their money is worth 1 to 3. Now their net worth continue to go up. So that 500K sitting in a bank it doesn't do anything. Cash is trash. The bank is just going to lend your money out while it sits there. Your $500,000 now is in a deal. You treat these big buildings like banks. Put your money in the deal. That money is now worth $500K is closer to being worth now 1.5 million, right? As a value concern based on the leverage. Your net worth based on the value of your investment being worth more because of the real estate position you own is 1.5. So you're already up based on that, not including your business. While you're still young, hustling it out, you got cash flow coming in every month like clockwork. That 5% is coming in every month. It's broken down every month. And then it starts to increase over time. Another 5% over time. Boom. Starts getting in. All of a sudden, your 5% starts to turn into 6. And then 7. Starting to look sexy, man. Starting to look sexy. And then later I bump you out and I go, hey, man, here's all your $500K back. And oh, by the way, we doubled. Here's another $500,000. And then you start counting the money. You're like, man, I think cash flow over time, man. I think I've kind of recouped about 375 grand. Like, that's how the game works. This is the thing. Like I said, most people already know this part. Where's it at? They already know how to earn it in their business or whatever you do for work as a professional or you're an entrepreneur or you have a business or whatever. They know how to save it. You're going to put it someplace, but don't put it in a place where one is going down because it is. If it's not keeping up with inflation or it's not in an inflationary vehicle, it's going to go down. So you know how to save it. Save for a rainy day. A penny saved is a penny earned. A penny costs 7 cents to make now. It's not even a penny anymore. But very few people know how to multiply. Very few people know how to multiply money, which is why very few people ever, boom, become wealthy. That needs to be you and your family. Dude, I tell you, it's going to be mine. It's like this right here, because I've been playing the multifamily game my whole life. And it's kind of like being an MMA fighter. I used to fight MMA. It's like being an MMA fighter, being in the ring, being how to do it, going in there. You only know how to box. Yeah, you may win. You may beat up somebody else who only boxes too. Over time, you can be a better boxer. But until you start combining the actual rules of the game, you can take someone down. You can punch a knee. You can elbow somebody in the face. You can start playing the full game. I didn't understand that in multifamily real estate, the real game was to create wealth. And there are hacks to the game to shorten it. One, you don't have to do this all by yourself. You don't have to find the deals, fund the deals, manage the deals. You don't have to do that. You can actually be the investor. I just made a video on that earlier. Investors make more money than operators in deals. The investors always make more money than the syndicator, right? The syndicator may take 20%, like in our fund, it's an 80-20 split. The investors make 80% of the profit. We take 20. That's what we do. And we manage it for like 1%. 1% is nothing. The fees are like negligible as it relates to the profit. I'm only fighting for the profit in the deals as we begin to grow. But my goal is to make money for my investors. We don't make good money unless you guys make good money. So that is how this works if you're going to create wealth. Become an investor. Leverage your money. If you have $300,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, $10 million, that is worth 3 times. $1 buys $3 in real estate with good leverage. Number 2, your net worth goes up. You will make it a money investment into an asset. Now you have a position in that asset and your position is worth more, and that raises your net worth. Fastest way to become an accredited investor is invest your way to it. Put in a couple $100,000 in a deal and dude, your net worth, $200,000, your net worth is 600. Next, cash flow. You need cash flow to just, it almost makes you feel good. You get a check, feels good. You get a check, feels good. It's not going to make you financially free at first. But what it will do is it makes you double down on your decision to invest your money, right? Especially if you're getting monthly checks. Your bank's not going to send you monthly checks, right? They're not. They're just not. They're not going to send you 5% for sure. Last but not least, the tax bennies. Look, you have accelerated depreciation in real estate. You got your K1 because you're a partner, if you're a limited partner, especially passive. That gets sent off to you. You get the same benefits of being an owner as somebody else. Now, you get the tax benefits if you're doing it yourself, but I can tell you, doing all that work and you get the tax benefits, it don't feel as good as you didn't do anything. And oh, by the way, you get to write off all this stuff. So your 5% that you got on your money is really like 7 because you also get the pass-through benefits on those returns for being an owner in the actual deal. This is how the wealthy play the game. I'll be honest with you, the wealthy really play the game for two reasons: to preserve capital and the tax benefits. They care about cash flow, but it's not that important. The real estate has to cash flow to pay for the debt. That's more what they care about. All right, the cash flow that comes to them, it's kind of a bonus, man. It's like a drip. Makes them feel good. So play this game, guys. If you have to do this yourself, go do it yourself. But I can tell you, this is the hack that helps. This is what I'm doing for me and my family, period. And I built a company and organization so I can help more families like you guys get involved. Over the next 12 to 18 months, we want to get ourselves up to $300 million worth of real estate. I will do that hands down. I know what I need to do. Why? Because I understand this wealth hack is going to help me and my family. I'm an investor in the fund. I'm the first investor in the fund. I'm always going to have money in the fund. Blood, sweat, tears, energy, time, resources, building an organization around it, everything. Just so I can help more people like you, so I can do a service. But this is where we're going to go first, and then we're going to move on to $1 billion, and then we're going to move on past there. So I hope this helps you. Take a look at this. Ask yourself a question. Where are you not playing these games? 1 through 4. Where is it not working for you? Where are you at on this net? Your net worth may be 10, 15, 20 million dollars. Whatever. But why not play the game? Why is your net worth not 20? Or why is your net worth not 200 or 100? Why don't you have a $100 million company that you are also invested, and you're investing in over $1 billion or $300 million worth of real estate with a guy like me? You don't have to do it with me, but do it, right? So I'm here for you. If you need anything, or if you want to, go ahead, set up your account. I don't share a lot of our deals that we're working publicly. I just don't. I need to know who's looking at it. We need to know who's sitting at the table. Go to bell-capital.com, register, and then we'll make sure to share. We'll share everything with you. We're totally transparent. But that way you get to understand what we're doing and why we're doing it, even if you're just learning. Maybe you're not going to invest right away. You want to kind of get some insider information about the deals that we're working and how these things work and the market. That's where I share it. So I hope that helps you guys. Thank you for showing up to today's Real Estate Investing Live with Victor Bell. And this was the wealth hack. I'm playing it. I want you to play it. I share with you exactly what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. And if that changes, I'll stop and I'll share that too. But for now, this will be the game. This is my number one purpose in life. Building Bell Capital to a $50 billion real estate company and doing it with everyday people, buying the best assets in the best location in the world, and doing it with you guys. All right, so I hope that helps. Have a great day today. Let's go.